Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So I'm still in London. I'm on the second part of my trip in London here to meet some professional connections that I've made by being part of the CPO track community, as well as to finally meet my good friend Sacha, who I often quoted through this series. And I'm bringing to you this from the Italian Garden in Kensington Gardens in Hyde Park in London. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is December 3rd, and I did not record a video yesterday. And by now, as so happens, when I miss recording a video, I'm able to tie the insights from the 2 days together to create a much more powerful insight collectively. And this time it's no exception. So, yesterday, December 2nd, Sadhguru's Insight on the Miracle of Mind app was about breaking free from the self-created boundaries through our thoughts and emotions. And today's insight by Sadhguru on the Miracle of Mind app reads, conscious involvement with everything around you in life does not create entanglement. There is only joy. So as I absorb both of these together, I've talked about something called wisdom-led operating model by now, and I introduced you to the concept of the 4 Cs, which is clarity, capacity, care, and continuity. And in the past insights, I shared about clarity and capacity. These two insights together really emphasize the care part of wisdom-led operating model. And this could be a little long-drawn explanation, but please bear with me. So let's start with what Sadhguru said yesterday, that the breaking free from self-created boundaries allows us to get to our highest potential. A great example of this is how the internet has evolved. In the early days of internet, there were debates about whether it should be regulated connectivity platform or it should be truly unregulated platform that can democratize the access to information and knowledge for everyone. It ended up being an unregulated platform, which has been transformational. It has truly made knowledge and information accessible to everyone. So that is an example of the potential that you can see in the technology world we got to because we did not create any boundaries. And the same thing about AI, I keep saying that we should not give AI any identities. Let it be without boundaries. That is how we would unlock the maximum potential of AI. At the same time, some boundaries are good. And the reason for that, the second dose of insight from Sadhguru, which was the one today, where he says that it's conscious involvement with everything that does not create any entanglements. However, humans tend to approach every situation with our existing prejudices and judgments. So it is, we never really get consciously involved. It is, we are leading with our unconscious intelligence, and that then leads to, it's not conscious involvement. So we end up getting entangled in every situation. And then a great example of that in the internet era is that in order to maximize the profit from the internet, amazing value has indeed been created. However, data became the new oil because of the unregulated internet. We have, when we approached it from the perspective of data being the new oil, every company, every effort that has been on the internet has been how to grab the attention of users. And I've repeatedly said in the past in this series, attention is the most valuable currency that we human beings have. So when everything out there on the internet is trying to grab our attention, we miss paying attention to the more important things in our life. And that is where having some boundaries is good. And we all felt it. Having boundaries to protect your energy is a great thing. We need to respect those boundaries and honor those boundaries and be aware of those boundaries. And if we could truly be consciously involved with everything in life, then yeah, sure. There is no need to have any boundaries in the internet era as well as in the AI. So as I reviewed my recording that I just finished recording from Hyde Park, I noticed that I missed making one very important point about the wisdom-led operating model and the theme of care. So I'm going to add this particular section into the earlier dose. So care is an evolution of the usability from the product-led operating. Usability has been great in product-led operating models. It correlates to user centricity in product thinking, and it's all about building products from a user-centric point of view and about user empathy. So make your product so great that the user experience is amazing and the user is going to keep returning. That's been the hallmark of all great products in the internet era. Most SaaS products, which we love to use, have that particular trait. So while usability is great, but now if you try to draw parallel to attention being our most valuable currency, what ends up happening when we are approaching innovating from a product-led operating model alone is every product is trying to grab your attention. By design, the product wants to grab your attention, and all great products do that. And that's great as long as investing your attention in that product is what's best for you in terms of your life. That is where care is an evolution from user empathy to really care about the user and be human centric, not just user centric. So build products where if grabbing your user's attention for that particular product is the best thing for the human user at the end, absolutely do that. However, if the user's attention is best served by doing something else in the real world and your product can aid in doing that, then build product with that view in mind. That is the evolution of usability to care from the product-led operating model to the wisdom-led operating model. And the way the internet has evolved, if we keep going down this path with AI is going to make our attention grabbing exponentially worse. We will not be able to really pay attention to things which are important. And that is where, while we should not give any identity to the AI, as I've been talking about repeatedly in the scenarios that I've modeled, that we need to go from the race to a conscious grid. We need to make AI and technology and the internet platform universal grid, which is available to everyone. That is how we will democratize the access to AI knowledge and information to everybody. So on top of that, humans can invest their attention on things which are truly important for humans and planets, and we can create things which are human first and planet first. That is why, while yes, we should be breaking away from the self created boundaries, but we want to engineer a platform which allows us to be consciously involved with everything in the real world, not only in the digital world. And that is the scenario from race to conscious grid that I keep talking about in this series. So with that, today's dose of Rashmi is unconscious intelligence approaches every situation in life with our existing prejudices and judgments, thus creating entanglements with every situation in life. Wisdom, wisdom, on the other hand, is breaking free from the trap of self-created boundaries and approaching every situation with joy in life and being fully involved with every situation in life. Thank you.